Hi guys, welcome to the CATWay. So in this video, we are going to solve a daily set. And before we begin, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Now moving ahead to the question that we have. So it says that each of the students, Zoya, Kate, Frida and Latika appeared in an exam consisting of 4 subjects, namely optics, life sciences, public service and finance. Now the following table indicates the marks obtained by them in different subjects. Okay. Now further, it is known that no student obtained the same marks in any 2 subjects, and it says no 2 students obtained the same marks in any subject. Okay, now the aggregate of the marks in 4 subjects obtained by each student was different, and the aggregates of marks obtained by the 4 students was different across the 4 subjects. Okay, so guys, let's see what do we have. So you have been given a table wherein the marks of Zoya, if you talk about in optics, has been given between 7 to 8, right? And in finance, it has been given as 5 or 6. But and in life science, it has given 5 or 6, public service 3 or 4. Now, guys, if you talk about Zoya, now you know that between life science and finance, in one subject she got 5, and in other subject she got 6. It is unclear in which subject she got 5 and in which subject she got 6. But one thing is pretty much clear, that in life sciences and finance, the total of both for Zoya is 11, right? So for Zoya, the total of life science plus finance is definitely 11, right? Similarly, the marks of Kate, if you talk about the marks of Kate in life science and public service, is 11. Similarly, guys, the marks of Frida in life science and finance is 7, right? That is certain. Now for Latika, the marks in public service, the marks in public service plus finance, the total value is 11. Okay, so this has been given to you. Okay. Now, guys, if you see the total marks for Zoya, okay, the total marks for Zoya, if you calculate, so in life science and finance, she has got 11, right? Now, the minimum mark she can get is 7 plus 3, that is 10. That is the minimum mark she could get is 21. And the maximum mark she can get is 11 plus 4, that is 15 plus 8, 23. So Zoya can get the marks in the range of 21 to 23, right? Similarly, for Kate, if you calculate, again, you will find that her marks are in the range 21 to 23. Okay, her marks again are in the range of 21 to 23. Okay, but when you talk about Frida, okay, when you talk about Frida, her scores are going to be equal to, see, 7 in life science and finance. Now 7 plus 6 optics, her score is fixed, that is 13. Now after 13, she can get a 7 or go to a 20. Okay, after 6 she can get a 7 or go to a 20, and after or if she gets a 8, she can go to a 21. So her marks are going to be in the range of 20 to 21. And then you have Latika, so her scores are again in the range of 21 to 23. Okay. Acha, what you know is that every student got different marks, right? Different total marks as well. Now 21 to 23, 3 people have got, and how many numbers are there? 21, 22 and 23. So one of them will get 21, other will get 22, one will get 23. So it is never going to be possible for Frida to get 21 marks. So Frida's scores are fixed, that is at 20 marks. Okay, Frida's score are fixed at 20 marks. Okay. And also, guys, similarly, if you see for optics and the other, also we can calculate the total range. That is, if you talk about optics, so optics, Kate and Latika definitely get a 7. Okay, after that you get a 6, that is 13, and 7 or 8, that is 20 or 21. 20 or 21. Similarly, over here it is going to be what? 21 to 23. Here also it is going to be equal to between 21 to 23, and here also it is going to be equal to between 21 to 23. And applying the same logic, we get that the marks obtained in optics is 20. Applying the same logic, we get that the marks obtained in optics is going to be equal to 20. Okay, so now this is done. Take it. Chalo. All right, guys. So, acha, now if you see that one thing is clear, that Zoya got 7 marks in optics. One thing is clear, that Zoya got 7 marks in optics. Okay, that is pretty much clear now. Take it. Okay. Now, guys, let's see what do we have. Okay, let's see what do we have. Okay. Frida, okay, Frida is 20. We have done. Marks obtained by Zoya in optics is we are pretty much clear on it now. Then what do we have is that okay. If you talk about Frida with public service, okay, so Frida with public service will also be 7 because her total score is 20. So Frida in public service is going to be equal to 7 marks is what she has. Okay, now let's move ahead. Let's see what else can we get. Okay, all right guys, so I don't think any other thing we can currently conclude from here. Take it. Now let us move ahead. So what is the aggregate of the marks obtained by 4 students in optics? Okay, so the aggregate of marks obtained by 4 students in optics, we know it to be equal to 20 now. So option number C will be the right answer in this. Okay, now moving on to the second question which we have. Okay, so moving on to the second question, what we have is that in which of the following subjects the aggregate marks obtained by all 4 mentioned students can never be the maximum. Okay, so it is talking about the maximum aggregate marks obtained by all the students be maximum. So the major fight is between, we know that life science, public service and finance. Okay, so we need to understand which one can never get the maximum marks obtained. Okay, all right guys, so let's see how will you identify. Take care. So for life science, if you see, okay, for life science, if we talk about, take care, so in the possibilities are for life science, if you see, okay, let's make a table. The possibilities are 5 6 6 5 3 4 7 8. These are the possible cases that we have. For public service, what do we have? 4 3 6 5, we have a 7 and we have a 5 or 6. Okay, then you have finance. In finance, you have the option of 5 6 7 8 3 4 and again a 5 and 6 is what you have. Take it. This is what you have over here. Take. Okay, now guys, let's see what do we have. So here the total, we know it becomes what, see, 11 is certain. Take it. 11 is certain. Take it. 11 is certain, and then what you have is that a 3 and a 4. So if you get a 3, you get a 14, and 7 you get a 21. So minimum is 21 and maximum is 23. So this is what we know about them. This is what we know about them. But now we have to try to identify that which one will never be 23. That is the thing that we have to try and identify. Okay, or if which two will never be 23, that is what you have to identify. Okay, now guys, if you see, these two scores are fixed in life sciences. These two scores are fixed over here and these two scores are fixed over here, because in no matter what way they get, like if the first one gets 5 and the other one gets 6, the total is always going to be 11, right? The total is always going to be 11. Okay, now guys, let's say over here in PS, okay, in what, public service. Okay, if so you have a 11 and you have a 7, so you are already standing at 18 points, right? You're already standing at 18 points. Now after 18, if you get a 3, you will get a 21, and after 18, if you get a 4, you will get a 22. So the range over here that we get is 21 to 22. Okay, the range that we get is equal to 21 to 22, right? Whereas in these two cases, always it is possible to go to 23. So it is always going to be public service which is never going to score a 23. Hence the correct answer is only 2 only. That is option number B will be the right answer over here. And moving on to the third question, what we have, that the aggregate marks scored by Zoya when Kate gets 7 marks in finance. Okay, so it's talking about the scores of Zoya when Kate gets 7 marks in finance. Okay, so let's say Kate has got a 7 in finance. Okay, so let's see what happens. So talking about the scores of Zoya, so she has an option of 7, 5, 6. Public service, we do not know. Finance, her possibility is 6 and 5, and public service it's 3 and 4. Okay, these are the possible cases that we have for her. Take it. All right, now guys, what we have is, see, now what we have been given is that Kate got a 7 over there. Take it. Kate got a 7 in finance. Take it. So what she has is 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 5 and 6, and a 7. Take it. For Frida, we have 6, 3 and 4, 7 and 3 and 4. Take it. And for Latika, what we have is 3 and 4, 7 and 8, 5 or 6, and 5 or 6. Now, guys, if you talk about Frida, you know that 3 and 4 is going to come to total of 7, and the total score is 20. Now, one thing that we have to remember is that everybody has a different marks. Hence, we have written the marks of all the 4 students. So for Frida, we know it is going to be equal to 20. Take it. For Frida, we know it is going to be always be going to be equal to 20. Take it. Acha. Now guys, what we have is, see, now every person needs to have a different total, right? Every person needs to have a different total. Okay. So let's talk about the total of Kate. Okay, so talk about the total of Kate. So it is 11 plus 7, that is 18. Now after 18, she could either go to a 21 or she can go to a 22. Okay, this is what we have. Okay. Similarly, for here, what you have is, here all the possibilities are there, that is between 21 to 23. Okay. Whereas if you talk about over here, so it is 11 plus 7, 18, and the same case of Kate, that is 21 to 22. Now between them, we have to identify which person gets a 21 and which person gets a 22. So for that, we'll also be needing the marks obtained in different subjects. Okay. So for optics, we know the marks obtained is 20. Okay, for optics, we know that the marks obtained is 20. And over here, if we talk about, see, what we know is that she has obtained a 7. Okay, or 7 has been obtained. Okay. Apart from that, okay, all the possibilities are there. So if it is 7 plus 5, 12 plus 3, 15 plus 5, 20 is also possible. But we're not going to take 20. And if we talk about the maximum, 7, 6, 13, 8, 21, and 4. Okay, I guess we are writing something wrong. Acha, 5 and 8, 5 and 6. Okay. So this plus this is going to be 11. 11 plus 7 is going to be equal to 18. So here also the range is going to fall between 21 to 22. Here also the range is going to fall between 21 to 22. Okay. Whereas if you talk about over here, okay, if you talk about over here, what is it going to fall into? It is again going to fall into 21 to 22. Okay, it is again going to fall into 21 to 22, right? And that means over here it is going to fall into 21 to 23. Now guys, we know that the two scores have to distributed of 21 and 22 over here. So the only possible score over here is 23. Okay, the only possible score over here is 23. And the 23 score is possible only and only if, see, this is 11. After that, you take a 4 and a 8. Okay. After that, you take a 4 and a 8, only then it is going to be a possibility. Okay. So this is what is happening over here. Okay. So this will be 4 over here. Take. Now, if this will be 4, this is going to be 3 over here. Okay. This is 4. This is going to be 3 over here. Okay. Now, guys, if you see, what else can we get from here? Okay. We are talking about Zoya and Kate, right? So 23 is distributed over here. Now we are yet to decide what we will get over here. Okay, so what we get over here is, you see that 11 plus 7 was 18. 18 plus 3, now we are definite that over here the score is going to be 21. That means we are certain that the score over here is going to be 22. And the score of 22 is possible if she gets a 4 over here. And if she gets a 4 over here, her total marks will be 22. Hence, the correct answer is option number D, 22. So this was a pretty good set, guys, and hope you have understood the set well. Thanks for watching the video.